Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. I am Margaret, and today I have got a little eating my words kind of video to do. I created a video yesterday, went live. I opened a ThredUp mixed jewelry box, and I was pretty unhappy with I tried to put on a good face, but I was like, man, I can't believe I paid $60 for it. And it was not the DIY ThredUp box, but it was supposed to be 15 pieces of jewelry, and it was $60, which is a lot more than I want to spend, especially on such a small amount of jewelry to have the ability to make money with, because that's why I do this, and that is to resell things to make money. Well, what happened is I opened the box live. I was trying to get back into my resell, like my YouTube, my resell, just getting myself back on the horse. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. So I opened it up blind, and I wasn't super happy with a lot of the stuff I got. I knew that it was a chance, and I enjoy doing it just for the fun of it as well. But I do want to make money because this is how I support my family. So today I started going through, like, let me go ahead and look everything up, and before I put it away or list it. And some of the things are actually worth some money, and so I need to eat my words a little bit. If you're wondering what ThredUp jewelry box is, so ThredUp is a site where you can send in things. It's like a consignment type deal where you can send in clothes, and usually they don't sell a whole lot of jewelry. I've started noticing a little more like high-end stuff on their site now, but they still get jewelry, and then they create these boxes that they sell, these mystery boxes, and you can get them when it's random when they go live, so you never really know. You have to just kind of catch it when they're live. So they sell one. It used to be 15 pieces, but now if you go back and look, it just says a mix of jewelry, unless they change it all the time. And so that one, they try to pick things that have brands or things that are nice, and they send it to you like that. Then there's one called a DIY box, which they just kind of throw everything else in, which I like, honestly, more, because my thought there is people don't know everything, and so they might throw something in there that's, pardon me, worth a lot of money, and it's, yeah, and so you have a better chance, and it's more than 15 pieces usually. So let's start taking a look at some of the things. We'll go through the pieces that I got in the box yesterday and what I think that I'm going to be able to make on them. I forgot to mention at the beginning that ThredUp, I have a link down below. Like, so if you used my link to go in and sign up with ThredUp, and say you want to buy one of the mystery boxes that they've got, then it gives you, I forget how much off. I don't know, it was like 40% off, or it gives you a amount off of your first purchase with ThredUp. So if you're interested in trying that, then there's a link there for you to do that. And also, I noticed, that a lot of people that are watching the channel aren't subscribed. So if you're getting any kind of value out of this, then make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you're notified when I put out new videos. All right, let's get back to it. The first thing was this Fossil brand necklace, which I was kind of grossed out by, because I don't like cords and things like that. And the cord on this one isn't terrible, but it's still a cord. It's just, to me, I'm like, that's just like soaking in sweat and grossness. But this Fossil brand necklace, which I cannot find, I'll go show you my search. I went and did a search after I looked everything up, and one of the things that I like to do when I'm listing jewelry is see what is trending in jewelry right now. Because if I am the one using those keywords and maybe my competitors are not, then that's something that might get my item found higher in search. And this necklace actually hits two of the things that are going to be trending in 2025. One is beaded necklaces, and one is corded jewelry. Not my style, but okay, cords, let's go for it. So let's take a look at my search. What I did here, let me see if you can see that, is I took an image search. So you can go into, and I'm going to do a whole separate video on how to do this. You can go into eBay and try to type it in, and I do that sometimes, where it's like fossil, necklace, beaded, multicolor, blah, 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 right? And try to find it, like a needle in the haystack, right? Or you can do a image search. Now they have it on the phone where you can do an eBay image search. This is a Google one. I like this because it pulls it up everywhere. So on all different sites, not just eBay. Now it wasn't there. I couldn't find it. And I even sorted, tried to narrow it down by fossil brand, but nothing finding. I couldn't find it, which is good because that means mine might be the only one up, which is also another indicator that it might be something that people are looking for. So this is not the same necklace, but I wanted to start looking at like what kinds of prices fossil necklaces are getting. So this one actually, and tassels were on the list of things that were popular as well right now. And here's another fossil brand beaded multicolor necklace. Multi-strand chains, also popular right now. These are still up for sale. And I could not find the necklace that I was searching for. So I tried some different keywords like boho and again, still couldn't find anything quite like it because maybe somebody's not searching fossil or fossil brand, right? And are just looking for that kind or that style of necklace. So the challenge I have before myself now for this necklace is I want to try to find keywords that will capture that it's not just a multi-bead necklace, but that it's all different sizes and styles. And I need to find a word that captures that would, because just saying multicolor doesn't quite capture what this necklace is. So that's a challenge I have for myself. If you have keywords for me, let me know. So that's our first necklace. Let's move on to the next piece of jewelry. So this one, as far as price goes, I'm thinking at least $30, maybe more, that I'll put on this necklace. Next was this Lilly Pulitzer set, and it was earrings and a necklace, and it came in the box. It was still new, and I wasn't sure. I knew that some Lilly Pulitzer stuff sold, so I wasn't sure what this one would sell for. And I have a good strategy for how I'm going to try to get mine sold over the others that are up for sale. So again, luckily this one had the brand name. It actually had the style name on the back, which was fantastic. And so when I did my search, lots pulled up. There were some on eBay, some on Poshmark, Mercari. So they're out there. But here's what I want to look at. So here's the one on Poshmark. They have it up for $29. And eBay, there's one that's up for $32, $49. The thing about it is that there were none sold. So I need to figure out what is the reason that this isn't selling, because if you go and look at solds, there are some that are still in the box like this that have sold. So for whatever reason, that style hasn't sold. So when I'm looking at these that are up for sale, I'm noticing that they all have the brand name. They have the poinsettia red earrings necklace set. Fantastic, right? But the thing is that if I'm looking at, let's ignore the box for a minute. The box is red. The box has poinsettias, maybe. Maybe that's the poinsettia red is the color. It's not really poinsettias, right? What I'm seeing, that the necklace is a leaf. How many of these listings have leaf in them? Okay, that one does. That one does not. Nope. Okay, that one does, palm leaf. Okay, so a few of them have, that one does not. That one does not. So this is a leaf, right? And so I want to make sure that if I want mine to stand out, because maybe somebody's like, they don't know that there's a Lilly Pulitzer necklace that looks like this. They're like, I just want a blinged out leaf because I'm going on a cruise or I'm going to the beach, I'm going on a vacation, and I want this like tropical, fun, blingy necklace that's nice that I can wear with whatever I'm wearing on my cruise or what have you. So I'm going to try to make sure that I put some of those keywords in so that that gets found, not just by somebody who's looking for this specific Lilly Pulitzer necklace. So that's a tip for trying to get that sold as far as that goes. So that I'll probably price mine right around the same. I'm seeing anything from $64, that was with free shipping, down to like $35 or so, $32. So yeah, I mean, I'll certainly get all of the keywords in, and maybe I don't have them all in my title, but I'll have it in my listing or in my item specifics. And in the title, I want to blast out like things that I think somebody's going to wear on a tropical vacation, right? Or something like that, to get that in front of more people. Next were these little gold tone hoop earrings with these freshwater pearl dangles. These were magnetic. They weren't marked in any way. So these ones will probably not sell for a whole lot, but let's take a look at what I think they might sell for. When I did my search with my photo, I found a few different sites that have similar styles. Another good reason for doing this is that you might be able to get some ideas for titles and keywords that will set it apart, because when I started doing a search for pearl drop earrings, freshwater pearl, I mean, you're getting all kinds of stuff. So you have to narrow it down, like by hoops and huggies and all of that kind of stuff. So getting these kinds of keywords is really great. So there are a pair here that are on Etsy that are very similar for about $30. And when I came over to eBay, I struggled to find one that were similar gold tone hoop earrings, 3 freshwater pearls, dangles. I need to come in and narrow it down a little more with like huggies, because it's close to the earlobe, that kind of thing. As far as sold, I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 pair that were similar-ish that sold. So here's one that's kind of similar. This one sold for $9.95, and that one has free delivery, which I don't do free delivery. Here's another one sold for $17.99 or $17.50, I should say. So it gives me a realm to work with, and I'll probably go back and look also at the different ones like on Amazon or things like that. So it may end up being one that only sells for about $10 or so, but any little bit I can get to work towards making back that $60 and then some is what I want to do. Next up was this ring. It's a sort of wire wrap style, and it had these faceted stones. They're not stones, but they're like crystals or glass. I'm not 100% sure which. And it's adjustable because it's not a specific size, so you can kind of bend it if you needed to make it bigger or smaller. So let's take a look at what I found about this ring. So here's one of the searches I did. I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for with that picture because everything was coming up with really fancy stuff. So I was like, let me try a different picture or a different image that I've got. So I found a few that were similar-ish, and this is one that was a gold tone. They say it's a Swarovski crystal. I'm guessing if they made it, they would be able to verify that it was Swarovski, because I don't know that mine is, so I can't really use that and know that for sure it was Swarovski. And then here's another one that, again, Swarovski, this champagne colored gold tone wire wrap. But I can definitely start looking into what color it is and the facets and all of this kind of stuff, so I can get mine listed and sell it. Now, I don't know that I'll sell it for $75, or I mean, that one's $20. So maybe it's worth more than I thought it might be. I know there are people that prefer rings that they can adjust the size, you know, in case their fingers are swelling or shrinking, or, you know, with heat and cold, what have you, water retention. And this is one that would be able to be moved around a little bit. So my guess is probably in the $30 range is what I'm going to try to list this one at. This bracelet I thought was probably going to be pretty nice because it looks like it was either silver or silver plate. It was not magnetic. However, there were no marks on it, so I'll still need to test it before I say it's silver. And as I wasn't sure about the stones, I knew that they were faceted. I knew that they were, I mean, they had kind of like that cat's eye, a little bit of a cat's eye to it. And then when I was doing a little more searching, I was like, oh, okay, it might be, and I get no end of grief because I always mispronounce this, chalcedony. Is that right? Did I say it right this time? But this is what it looks like. It looks almost exactly like this. The facets are a little bit different on it, and there are no marks. So I do have a gem tester that I can test this for, and I do have a silver and, you know, so where I can silver test this here at home. So this is, you know, a nice price on that if that's what that is. This one is a lot more. It's a specific brand, so I think that's probably what's driving the price up on that one, maybe. And so here's another aqua I'm not going to say it. Is that the same one? No, it's different. So yeah, there's a chance, oops, I'm getting ahead of myself, that this one might actually be worth, I might be able to get some more. So let me do a search on eBay on this one real quick, just to see. Let me take off the gold plated and see what we come up with here. Am I not on, let's do US. I'm not in US, am I? No, I'm not. All right, let's do eBay US. How about that? Like, I don't know how to translate these figures. So, I don't know. Those don't really look like that. Faceted, bangle. So, I mean, this one's a maybe. I've got something that looks actually kind of like that in my inventory room. Let me come down to sold listing. So, you know, still might be able to get a little bit for it. Maybe. I was trying to have all this stuff done before I got on here with you. I don't see the same exact one that I'm looking for. So good, bad, ugly, I don't know. So probably maybe in the $60 range. I'll do a little more digging, but just I wanted to point out, like, I jumped the gun on just thinking that everything was junk, and I was very disappointed. And so far things are looking up a little bit. So let's keep going. Next up was this bracelet. It's a stretch bracelet. The stretch is pretty good with it, so I will sell it. It had the look of Brighton, but it doesn't have a Brighton mark. It also has a look kind of like Premier jewelry. I don't know if you remember that, but again, also not marked. So, and when I did my search, I could not find it exactly. So here's this stretch bracelet. And like I said, I couldn't find the same exact one. This one was similar, and it was selling for about $13. I mean, and that's kind of what I figured. I'd probably list it for $17.99 with best offer, and then someone can send an offer if they want to get it for lower. Next up was this bracelet. It's a cute little charm bracelet, and it is sterling silver. And it had love, health, and happiness on it. I did not notice this part right here during the video. On the back of the heart, there is a 925. So again, I still test it because I want to make sure that it's 925. However, this one, after I took a look at the back of that today, thankfully so this is what it looked like. I was trying to get a good look at it, and I could see COR. And then I was like, I can't make it out. So if you can't make it out, then again, you can always come over and search it. So this one ended up being Carolee, and I didn't even have to search the tag, but I ended up doing it anyway. I could only find one exactly like it, and it's up on eBay for $39.99. So this is going to be another opportunity for me to say, okay, why hasn't this one sold? What can I put in mine that might put it over the edge or get it found by somebody who maybe isn't looking for Carolee, but is looking for something else as far as what this bracelet could bring. And here are some Carolee bracelets that are sold depending. So this one's $25 that sold. Some of these others are not Carolee. So you know, somewhere in that range, we'll see. But the other one is up for $40. And I know I'll get the question, because you see this one's pretty shiny. Mine is definitely not shiny. It's got some tarnish to it. I'm not going to polish it because some people like the tarnished look. So if they want to polish it, they can. It's harder to get it on than to get it off. So here I've dropped in just a kind of blurry picture of the mark, and it still came up with a similar for the brand. So if you're trying to figure out what your mark says, then that's another option. And again, I'll do a whole separate video on how I'm doing that. These were express earrings. They're not silver, they're not anything super fancy, but I will still attempt to sell them. So depending on the site that you're looking at, the prices go all over the place. So $30 on Etsy, then this is like a wholesale site that, and mine are, they look gold tone here, but they're silver tone. And yeah, so I'll just probably have to do a little more digging because they're not fine jewelry there, so they wouldn't be that crazy price, you know. But here's an anthropology pair for $48 that are not sold, But this is a good way, again, I'll come through and say like, how do I, because it's not just regular hoops, they've got these stones in the front like this, and this, apparently this bezel set is also going to be really popular in 2025, so I'll make sure to get that keyword in there, hammered and bezel set, as far as the way the stone is set in there. So, you know, maybe these, I mean, I'll probably take them off the express card because it's on the card that says where they're from, because I don't think that's going to be a big selling factor for these. So maybe $25, depending on what else I find out. Next were these earrings. They were hoops and they were marked RLM Soho. And thank goodness you guys were in the chat when I was doing this live, because I couldn't remember for the life of me what the brand was. And so RLM Soho earrings, Robert Lee Morris Soho. And here are a pair that are up on eBay. And these are up for $15, and then there's another pair up for $9. I don't know. I may list them around the same price. I might list them for a little more, and just try to find a way. Because again, somebody that's looking for these might not be looking for this brand. And so I'm going to try to find other ins as far as how to describe them, to see, like, is there a way to describe how long they are and how they are, you know, they get thicker as they go to the bottom and then they get thinner as they, you know. So trying to find other ways to stand out from the crowd, so they might turn up and search somewhere else. Next are these earrings, and they have really cool backs on them. The brand is Machete, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right because it's Machete. And when I did the search, so they're still sold on their website. So they sell for $45 new on their site. It says there's 2 available still. I didn't see any on eBay, but the brand kind of sells all over, from $85. Here's a pair that sold for $29. And so again, I'll probably still try to find ways to stand out, because while they have them listed as squared hoop, handcrafted, lightweight Italian acetate, when I look at these, I see like a wood grain, right? They kind of mimic Schreger lines in ivory, but I wouldn't put that in there because ivory will get you flagged. But it does, so I might even put something about wood grain look to them, because that might be something lightweight, wood grain, I don't know, whatever yellow wood. It's not birch, pine. No, that's not very, I'm like, I want some pine earrings. No. But I'll see what I can put in there to kind of get them found by more people. Then next we have this Ravioli stone necklace, and the little crystal on it, if you turn it to its profile, it's got like this point on the side, so it makes it a Ravioli stone. And I actually found this exact one, which was fantastic when I was doing the search. So I dropped it in, vintage faceted clear heart pendant, but there was, oh, here it is down here. On Ruby Lane. So this one is up on eBay for $17. And then on Ruby Lane, this is the same exact one. Look at the fantastic picture they took. I got to figure out how I can get a better picture. So they have theirs up for $40. My chain doesn't say, they have in their listing 18 karat gold plated chain. So maybe, I don't know if they swapped their chain out, or my chain is just not 8. If it is, it's not marked. We'll just put it that way. So I'll probably put mine in the $20–$25 range. Then next up were these J. Crew earrings, and they look like little pyramids. Mine have a little bit of wear to them, so it might detract from the price a little bit. So I did find them when I did an image search for them. Here's a pair up on eBay for $20, and the other pair, so $19.51. So yeah, there were, I feel like the same ones, I guess so. I don't know where the other pair went. Anyway, once again, there were none that were sold that were going and that had that listing. So again, I'm going to try my best to find some other keywords to make it jump out for somebody else. So I definitely want to use some of the keywords that will get it found, like these are found, but I also want to have it found by other people. So that's where I have to kind of get creative with getting my listings and my titles up. And then there is this Kate Spade necklace that is the winner of the bunch. I was really surprised. And this is actually the first one that I looked up. I was like, wait a second here. So when I did the image search on this one, some pulled up and it was surprising at how much it is selling for. So when I saw this, I was like, wait a minute, 125? Hang on a minute here. Now that's one that's listed for a pretty high price. So, but there are quite a few that are listed, you know, over $50. That one's at 40, but many of them are listed for a high price. So $124.99 is that one. But as you can see, and this is just for this specific title, so there are more if I wiggle around the title, but while there are these that are up for sale, there weren't any sold. So here you see this other one that's 80 bucks down here. As far as sold listings go for that necklace, I didn't find any. But what I did see is that some of these Kate Spade necklaces absolutely sell for a lot of money. So does that mean that mine is going to sell for 100 bucks? No. But if I can find the right keywords for my title, then it could definitely be $60, $70 for this necklace. So I was pretty happy to see that for sure. And yeah, so here they've grabbed the, I'm interested to see, I'm gonna look at this listing. If this is yours, I'm sorry, I'm picking on you. I'm interested to see if they just grabbed the images off of, because my thought was, okay, if this is a pre-owned piece, I mean, sure, grab the images, but also have pictures of your, this is just me being curious. Personal preference, I guess, personal preference. If you're wanting to go and take a look at the video where I was unboxing everything, here it is from yesterday, ThredUp jewelry unboxing, and I was wrong about a lot of these, and I really think once they all sell, I could definitely make a couple $100 off of the different items in profit. So I'm eating my words on that one. I definitely like to have a bigger mix of stuff with a lot more surprise factor, but I knew what I was getting into, and I know better than to be grumbly if things aren't coming out of the box the way I want them to, but well. So I'm eating my words. I think I'm going to definitely make my money back on these, and I'll be back to show you how to do those image searches as far as jewelry or other things if you're having trouble finding the item or finding good words to describe it in your listing. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.